The Voice's big change for season 29 proves that the show's priority has never been about discovering a new music star. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to my channel. I hope everyone is having a nice day before we begin the video. Please subscribe and give the video a thumbs up. Here is a fact-based summary of the story contents. Here is a simplified version of the story contents. Here is a lighthearted take on the story contents. For the first time in series history, The Voice is dropping the coaching roster down to 3, which includes Kelly Clarkson, Adam Levin, and John Legend, and is introducing a new format called Battle of Champions. With The Voice's new format change for season 29, it appears the series is giving its trio of coaches newfound power to control singers as if they were Sims. The Battle of Champions format turns The Voice into a game of chess with their singers as pawns. With other shows seemingly taking their glory, it seems The Voice is waving a white flag in a desperate attempt to stay relevant by compromising the artists in favor of the celebrities. Let's start from the beginning. Since 2011, The Voice has been a steadfast presence in the world of talent competition reality. Implementing a unique format, The Voice ran on the premise that 4 superstar coaches would mentor a roster of aspiring singers whom they discovered through blind auditions based simply on their vocal performance. With image and prejudice aside, The Voice opened doors and conversations for people who could be seen as stars on stage by focusing on talent first and image second. Over a decade later, the initial intrigue has waned, and with hopes of avoiding becoming stale, the series is shifting gears. After the upcoming fall season, which will see the return of Niall Horan, Reba McEntire, Snoop Dogg, and back-to-back champion Michael Bublé, the series is inviting 3 former champions to battle one another through a series of twists and turns that seem more complicated than a regular season of Big Brother. The typical rounds of cycles past remain, but how they're played changes. During the blind auditions, the 3 champion coaches will compete in a triple-turn competition that will provide the victor with a battle-round super steal that nullifies any rival's attempt to steal a sought-after singer. In the knockouts, the trio of coaches will bring back 2 artists, each from their past teams, to go head-to-head in an in-season all-star competition, judged by original coach CeeLo Green. The coach who earns the most wins in the face-offs will be guaranteed a second finalist in the top 4. The semi-finals will comprise the top 9, with the finale featuring the top 4. The biggest change for this round will be watching a new voting block of superfans and in-studio Voice alumni playing favorites in real time. If you've stepped away from The Voice or are a new viewer, this is the perfect time to watch. If you're a loyal fan, well, call the show something else, because this is not The Voice. The Voice puts too much focus on the celebrities. Let's just say it. These new mechanics are remixing the show not necessarily for the better. With new games within the game that benefit the coaches rather than the contestants, it's truly hammering home that victory belongs to the celebrity, not the singer. After being knocked out of the Emmy Award nomination field this year, it seems that this format change is an act of desperation rather than a change to enhance the show. Although the network claims that it aims to infuse fast-paced competitive elements, perhaps a better option would have been to make the entire season an all-star redemption-style season. Invite those fan-favorite artists for another shot. But alas, that would mean the focus shifts away from the coaches, and frankly, any returning singer sadly lacks the fame needed to base the publicity around them. It was like driving a Honda and then jumping in a Ferrari. How Michael Bublé helped this Voice underdog pull off an epic victory. Adam David will use his victory on The Voice to bring his music on the road. There is always that chance that this fear of change is just that, and will ultimately be for the best. It currently feels as though The Voice is standing on its last leg, and is doing anything it can to remain relevant. There's a reason why the show doesn't produce megastars like its rival American Idol. It's near impossible to champion a future singer when their presence on screen is less than 50% of a season. American Idol doesn't need award gratification because that show's alumni have weight. The Voice needs the ability to shower itself in accolades to distract from the show's revolving door of coaches. In a bold shift that's shaking the very foundation of what The Voice once promised, NBC has announced a dramatic change to the format heading into season 29, and fans are split right down the middle. While the singing competition was once billed as the place where talent speaks louder than image, the newest development proves that the show's heart may not lie with creating chart-topping music icons after all. Instead, it's clearer than ever. The Voice isn't about launching the next superstar. It's about ratings, reality TV chemistry, and staying culturally relevant in a fast-changing entertainment world. The game-changing twist. In an unexpected move, producers revealed that for the first time ever, the entire panel of coaches for season 29 will be composed of non-musicians. Yes, you read that correctly. Comedians, actors, influencers, and even a former athlete are reportedly being brought in to sit in those iconic red chairs, depending years of tradition and drawing ire from longtime fans. Gone are the Grammy-winning vocalists and iconic performers. Instead, sources say a social media megastar, a retired NFL legend, a reality TV staple, and an award-winning actor known for their stage presence, not singing voice, are all being eyed for roles as coaches. NBC has yet to confirm the full cast, but an official teaser stated that the shift aims to highlight the universal appeal of storytelling and entertainment, not just vocal ability. A shift years in the making. Although this may feel like a sudden pivot, longtime viewers and critics will argue this change has been brewing for years. While The Voice has remained one of NBC's most beloved primetime shows, it has failed, repeatedly, to produce breakout stars who go on to achieve the kind of success seen by American Idol alums like Carrie Underwood, Kelly Clarkson, or even Adam Lambert. Winners of The Voice, despite the glitz and glamour of the live final, are often forgotten just months later. Record contracts with Universal Music Group have resulted in modest album sales at best. Most former contestants struggle to break through, and some even fade back into obscurity completely. So perhaps this change is simply the show acknowledging what it really is: entertainment, not a music industry launching pad. The real stars were never the contestants. Over time, it became evident that the true draw of The Voice wasn't the contestants, it was the celebrity coaches. From Blake Shelton and Adam Levine's legendary bromance to Kelly Clarkson's hilarious spontaneity and Gwen Stefani's pop fashion, the series became more about the personalities in the chairs than the voices on stage. Each new season focused heavily on the chemistry between coaches, their playful rivalry, and behind-the-scenes antics. Viewers tuned in to see what John Legend would say or how Reba McEntire would react, not necessarily to vote for a rising star. And the show leaned into this. Coaches became central to marketing campaigns. Their personal concerts and careers were promoted. Their commentary, reactions, and team steals became headline-worthy. The contestants, often forgotten once the spotlight moved on. The influence of TikTok and viral culture. In many ways, the season 29 overhaul also reflects how the entertainment world is evolving. Viral fame, not vocal talent, rules today's industry. Influencers with millions of followers can sell out arenas. TikTokers land record deals for lip-synced or auto-tuned tracks, and authenticity has taken on a new meaning. It's no longer just about hitting the high note. It's about crafting a personal brand. With the rise of platforms like TikTok and YouTube, NBC's shift to embrace non-musician coaches may be its attempt to stay in step with modern trends. These personalities bring massive followings and younger audiences, something traditional singers may not always deliver. It's a savvy business move, albeit a controversial one. A backlash from loyal fans. Unsurprisingly, longtime fans aren't thrilled. Social media erupted after the season 29 announcement, with some calling it a slap in the face to artists who still dream of being discovered. This show used to be about talent. Now it's just another circus, one fan tweeted. Another wrote, How can a person who's never sung a note in their life coach someone on vocal performance? This is an insult to real musicians. Petitions have even begun circulating online, asking NBC to reconsider or at least include one veteran artist on the panel. The coaches respond. Blake Shelton, who exited the show after season 23, weighed in during a recent interview, saying, "The show's gotta evolve. It's TV first, music second. That's always been the deal." Kelly Clarkson, who was not part of the upcoming season either, offered a more neutral take. "If it keeps people entertained, that's what matters. But yeah, I get frustrated. It's a big shift." Meanwhile, an anonymous producer defended the change. "We're not saying music doesn't matter. We're saying there are different ways to inspire, entertain, and coach. These new voices, literally and figuratively, can still offer something meaningful." What does this mean for aspiring artists? To those hoping the voice could be their launchpad, the message is now more complicated. The days of being discovered on a reality show may be fading. Today's path to stardom is more likely to involve a viral hit, a devoted online following, or a highly curated personal brand. The Voice Season 29 may still crown a winner. There will still be tears, confetti, and emotional journeys. But whether that winner goes on to be a household name, that remains unlikely. Final thoughts. The Voice has never quite lived up to its original promise of unearthing the next great music star. Instead, it has excelled at delivering captivating television full of charm, drama, and star power. This new change, radical as it may be, simply makes that focus official. Season 29 marks a turning point, a moment where the show stops pretending to be something it's not and fully embraces its identity as a primetime entertainment spectacle. For better or worse, The Voice is no longer just a singing competition. It's a variety show with red chairs. And as the ratings roll in, NBC may prove that chasing stars isn't nearly as profitable as producing them. Thanks for watching this video. And please subscribe to our American Idol YouTube channel for more updated news.